Life is busy. There's so much that needs to be done, and we just can't fix everything. But we can fix some things. Maybe you've heard the story of the little boy who was walking on a beach covered with dying starfish stranded by the outgoing tide, and he was walking along throwing them back in the water one at a time, and an old man came along and said, "You're wasting your time. You can't save them all. It just doesn't matter." The boy paused and threw in the next one and replied, "It mattered to that one," and continued his mission. We can't fix it all, but we can fix some. It matters to some. What are you fixing? What is your life plan from God? What does the Father want you doing? We would like you to pray about doing something with us. Laying up treasure in heaven at a school and orphanage in Uganda, Africa, called Manyi. James 1:27 tells us pure religion is ministering to widows and orphans. And that's what we're doing, ministering to orphans. And we would like to invite you to join us. Simeon Sinyangi lived the tough African story. He grew up in a classic grass roof hut you see in the movies, very disadvantaged village, the fourth child of 7 in a home where his parents could not afford food and clothes, let alone an education. The Lord brought a wonderful Christian woman into his life who paid for his primary education, but tragically died, effectively ending his education. Simeon prayed for God's provision, and a local school allowed him to work and pay off his school fees. He performed so well that with some guidance he was able to work and receive resources to continue his education and teaching. Simeon realized that without this wonderful woman of God, he would not have any chance. So he was prompted by God to give back. It became his heart work for Jesus. So when he started making 30,000 Uganda shillings a week, $8.50, he adopted his first child in 2004. As he progressed, he brought more children in, always limited by his budget and income. By 2005, he was supporting 5 children. Children struggling with poverty, HIV/AIDS outbreak, prostitution, rape, and even human sacrifice. But God gave Simeon a vision. A primary school where he would offer protection, food and clothing, and the love of Christ to these impoverished children, giving them hope. Funds came from local parents who could afford a little for schooling, government officials running for office, and fundraisers, as well as crafts made by the children and sold in local markets. They began this God-sized work with 11 disadvantaged children and over 50 others. It has grown quickly to 647 children, of which 54 are orphans. They acquired 9 acres and registered the school with the Ministry of Education. They built buildings, including 9 classrooms and a small girls' dorm. They have ranked second in primary education from 2018 to 2020. Simone's wife, Agnes, continues her training at Kampala International University in medicine and surgery to complete the vision of schooling for these children all the way from primary grades through secondary, tertiary, and on into a training institute for medicine and midwifery. But then, COVID. Lockdowns crippled everything, causing them to fall behind on payments to the bank just to feed and house the children and keep the school barely open. They raised $4,000 of the $36,000, and the bank gave them a 6-month extension. But that's done. Soon the government will repossess this land. $32,000 is what we need now to stop that from happening. That's where you come in. The work will continue either way. But what a horrible shame to have to start from scratch. If 32 churches or individuals would donate $1,000 each, we could put a stop to this and protect these orphans and keep them all moving forward in the name of Jesus. True religion. We all want something to take to the Father one day and hear Him say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Here is our opportunity to place our thumbprints in eternity, to lay up for ourselves treasures in heaven and be a part of something other than wood, hay, and stubble. Join us in supporting the vision God has given Simone and Agnes. Whatever happens from this point forward, 100% of your donation will help this work. But wouldn't it be great if we could save what has already been built? Pray, fast, ask God if He would have you be a part of this kingdom-building work. Like the boy and the starfish, we might not be able to help everyone, but we can help someone. It matters to that one.